Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Morrowind Let's Play. Last episode, we left off leaving the ruin here. I forget the name of it. Doesn't even have a name there. What's it called? It is called Arkenthond. Well, anyways, we got our dwemer puzzle cubes, so we're gonna head back down to the Balmora Fighters Guild and hand that off to continue the quest line for Caius. Yeah, let's just keep it as Caius, because clearly I don't know how to pronounce his name. What time is it? It's 9 p.m. And I think when we get over there too, we're gonna rest for the night. And be overweight if I do that. Okay. So yeah, so we're just gonna head back down there. Gonna get some rest, finish up that. And then I think we're finally gonna head down the Foyada Mamea back towards Satanin and to see if there's any little places I can loot down there. That's not where I'm going. Any little caves or dungeons I can loot down there. And we're gonna see if we can get back down into Satanin and see about any of those rumors of the so-called flying mage. And then we might continue on the path, the Pilgrim's Path, if the next quest is what I think it is for Caius. If not, we're going to come back up here and then maybe continue some of the Mage Guild quest. Yeah. So I'm thinking about the last episode that we recorded. I might make that an additional upload for the day. I've been trying to upload at 2:30 every single day, but I've been having a lot of fun playing the game. And I can't tell if I want to pre-record a lot of episodes for the week I am in college. So it helps to pre-record a little bit. So I'm deciding on whether I want to make these uploads just one a day, or if maybe on the weekends, if I have extra time, I'll do 2 uploads a day, one at 12:30 and one at 2:30. Not really sure. But I want to get a bit more knowledge about the YouTube algorithm and see how it works. Because okay, I have 40 views, a little bit over 40 views on the first episode, and I don't know how that video is going to get recommended to people, because if I look through my feed, I've been watching a lot of smaller modding channels, for example, of Fallout New Vegas, and like meme channels like that just upload short little clips about Fallout New Vegas, and they've definitely garnered a lot of attention, but it seems like those are the only ones that I've been getting recommended, because when it comes to the other channels, I'm sure there's hundreds of them that are just getting swept under the rug.
Don't stand up.
And I really don't want that to happen, and I don't know how to stop that from happening necessarily. So I want to make sure that all my videos are getting their appropriate amount of views. Anyways, let's see what this Fighters Guild charter. Got a silver staff and a wooden staff. Silver staff looks cool. What's over here? Chitin spear, iron spear.
Go ahead, stranger.
Alright, but anyways. So, have you done that little favor I asked? Yes, I did. It was a pain and a half to get it. I think I was just a little bit blind. Perfect, just what I was looking for. Just let me take this dwemer puzzle box, and then I'll tell you what Caius will want to know about the 6th house, and about the Narravarine. By the way, the inscriptions on the box seem to be directions for setting a dwemer key to open a specific lock. If you're interested after you've reported to Caius, come back, and maybe I'll have a key you can take back to Arkenthond. I think I'd like to actually try that out. Alright, so what about the 6th house? What's this about it? 6th house. Dagoth... House Dagoth is the 6th house, the lost 6th house. In the first stage, House Dagoth betrayed the other Grey Houses during the War of the First Council and was destroyed for their treason. I can answer any questions you have, but I'll also give you some notes to give to Caius and recommend some 6th house references you should read. What are these references? Here's a list of cheat books. All of them will tell you something about the 6th house and how it ended the War of the First Council. And how it ended. The War of the First Council, Saint Nerevar, Nerevar Moon and Star, and the Real Nerevar. Try the bookstall at Doris Darvel in the commercial district. She'll have at least some of those titles. Alright, and then what about the Narravarine? The Ashlanders believe a reborn Nerevar will unite the Dunmer against the Outlander invaders and restore the ancient Dark Elven nation. Nerevar is a legendary hero and a saint of the temple, but the temple denies the prophecy and persecutes heretics who believe in the Nerevarine. Tell Caius that Sharn Gra Musgab would be a better person to talk to about the faiths and superstition. Dagoth was the leader of the extinct Sixth House, House Dagoth. The traitor house was destroyed in the War of the First Council. Dagoth is the evil and mortal enemy of the Tribunal Temple cult. The temple blames Dagoth and its host for all the evils that beset the Dunmer and Morrowind. Dagoth dwells in the fiery caverns beneath Red Mountain, served by his kin and legions of monsters. What about House Dagoth? House Dagoth was the sixth of the 7 Dunmer Grey houses. Nothing remains of the Sixth House. Its members were all slain or adopted into other Grey houses following their treason in the War of the First Council. Their clanstead was called Kogarun. I gave you the notes. Give them to Caius. I won't bore you blathering about history. That's what Caius is for. But if you're really interested, on Morrowind, the Imperial Province by Inwe of Sunhold. Wyre Mash of Sunhold. I have an extra copy you can have with an adventure like you really needs is a sense of current events. Who hates who? Who's trouble? Where's trouble brewing? That's the opportunity lies for an outlander like you. What are the current events? The great houses hate each other. Theft, murder, assassination, secret raids, standard stuff. The temple is trying to kill off a rebellious faction called the Dissident Priests. Ashlander nomads raid each other, attack traders and pilgrims. A secret cult is killing off imperial citizens. All bad enough. The real problem, though, is the blight. Monsters and disease. The natives say it comes from Red Mountain. It's been a local problem for years, but lately it's gotten badly out of control. Alright, is there anything you can tell me about the Dwemer puzzle box? Yes, the inscriptions on the box seem to have directions to the setting Dwemer key to open a specific lock. Alright, what about the Dwemer? The Dwemer are a fabled lost dwarven race whose ruins and spluttered artifacts are scattered across Tamriel. Elven use the term Dwemer, connoting various deep-delving, profound, and close-counseled. Imperial usage of Dwarven, derived in fable from the affectionate regard of the giant races for their little Dwemer friends. There are several Dwemer sites in Vvardenfell, and many have Dwemer artifacts. What about the Dwemer sites? There are many Dwemer sites in Vvardenfell, but 2 of the largest are Moosveld and Nuhulfingith. Moosveld is in the Sheogarad rhythm, is cursed and dangerous, and access is forbidden. The other one is occupied by an expedition of Imperial Archaeological Commission and is not open to visitors. I don't trust you enough to talk about that. Disappearance of the dwarves. The disappearance of the dwarves predates imperial written records. Dunmer oral accounts record the Dwemer were utterly destroyed by the gods for profane practices and impiety. Dwarven ruins are scattered across Tamriel, and weapons, armors, housewares, coins, and other Dwemer designs are often found, but the circumstances surrounding the disappearance of the dwarves remains one of Tamriel's greatest mysteries. Alright. Hand-to-hand block. Alright. Oh, cool. So I gotta go report back to Caius. Gotta get some books. And then come back to him. Open up that locked door in Archthon. That's probably why it wasn't unlocking at all. That door in the Archthon. Ow. And what else is there? We could check out some of the other... Oh yeah, let's read the book. I believe it was on Morrowind, yeah. Let me get some water here. Alright, this one isn't that bad. On Morrowind, the Imperial Province by Urwanmanwi of Sunhold. After the conquest of Hammerfell, Imperial legions massed along the northeastern borders of Cyrodiil. An invasion of fleets prepared in Skyrim. Initially, though the Imperial legions and navy were widely considered undefeatable, House Indoril and the Temple hierarchy proposed to resist to the death. Redoran and Dres stood by Indoril, with Telvanni remaining neutral. Hlaalu proposed accommodation. Contrived border incidents in Black Marsh ended inconclusively, but the swampy terrain did not favor Legion and Navy coordination. Against the Legions massed west of Stilgrad Tower and Kraganmore, and the Legions west of Blacklight and Cormaris View, Morrowind had pitifully small militias, stiffened by small companies of Redoran mercenaries and elite units of House Nobles and Temporal Ordinators and Armigers. Further complicating matters was the refusal of Indoril, Dres, Hlaalu, and Telvanni to garrison the western borders. Indoril and Dres proposed, rather than defend the western border, instead to withdraw to the interior and fight a guerrilla war, with Hlaalu advocating accommodation and Telvanni remaining neutral. Redoran, therefore, faced the prospect of standing alone against the Empire. The situation changed radically when Vivek appeared in person in Vivek City to announce his negotiation of a treaty with the Emperor Tiber Septim, reorganizing Morrowind as a province of the Empire, but guaranteeing all rights of faith and self-government. A shocked temple hierarchy, which apparently had not been consulted, greeted the announcements with awkward silence. Indoril swore they would resist to the death with the loyal support of Dres, while Redoran, grateful for a graceful excuse to avoid facing the lieges unsupported, joined with Hlaalu in welcoming the agreement. Telvanni, seeing which way the wind blew, joined the Hlaalu and Redoran in supporting the treaty. Nothing is known of the circumstances of the personal meeting between Septim and Vivek, or where it took place, or the preliminaries which must have preceded the treaty. The public reason was to protect the identities and agents involved. In the West, speculation has centered around the role of Zurin Arxis in brokering the agreement. In the East, rumors suggest that Vivek offered Numidium to aid in the conquest of Altmer and Somerset Isle in return for significant concessions to preserve self-rule, house traditions, and religious practices in Morrowind. The Lord High Counselor, the Grand Counselor, and Indoril refused to accept the treaty and refused to step down. He was assassinated and replaced by a Hlaalu. House Hlaalu took the opportunity to settle some old scores with House Indoril, and a number of local councils changed hands in bloody coups. More blood was shed in these inter-house struggles than against the Imperial legions during Morrowind's transition from an independent nation to a province of the Empire. The generals of the legions had dreaded an invasion of Morrowind. The Dunmer were widely regarded as the most dreadful and fanatic foes, further inspired by their temple and clan traditions. The generals had not grasped the political weakness of Morrowind, which Emperor Tiber Septim recognized and exploited. At the same time, given the tragic depopulation and destruction experienced by the other provinces conquered by Septim, and the swift and efficient assimilation of Morrowind into the imperial legal system and economy with relatively small impact on lower or upper classes of Morrowind citizen, the tribunal also deserves some credit for recognizing the hopelessness of Morrowind's defense, and the chance of gaining important concessions at the treaty table by being the first to offer peace. By contrast, many Indoril nobles chose to commit suicide rather than submit to the Empire, with the result that the house was significantly weakened during the period of transition, guaranteeing that they would lose much of their influence and power to House Hlaalu, whose influence and power was waxing with its enthusiastic accommodations with the Empire. The temple hierarchy more skillfully managed their loss of face, remaining aloof from political struggles and earning the goodwill of the people by concentrating on their economic, educational, and spiritual welfare. Interesting. So, from what I've gained from that, I feel like Lirreno here would really start to despise Hlaalu a lot. Yeah, he would really start to despise Hlaalu a lot just for their imperial sympathies and their neglect of the Dunmer people. I'm sure you can see the wisdom in conceding to the Empire and still the respect, but I feel like he would see that there's a lot of roundabout ways that the concessions were signed. That can be bad. Thank you. Yeah, so I feel like Lirreno would definitely pick. I feel like if anybody out of the three would definitely be Telvanni, just because they were the most neutral in the effects, but also maybe Redoran because they stayed up and kept fighting regardless of what was happening. You had a disturbing dream. You can only recall one part. A tall figure with a golden mask led you among the dead as though a wedding celebration. You heard many voices, but no lips moved. You strained to breathe, but your chest didn't move. The tall figure spoke with each figure as you passed among them, laughing and joking as if they were alive, but they made no reply. You tried to cry out, but without breath, your tongue fluttered in vain. Okay. That was spooky. I have no clue what that was. I also still don't know if there's anything about leveling up. I've just been naturally leveling up, I guess, but has my strength gone up? I don't know. Is there a way to level up? Have I just been missing levels? Who knows? It'd be interesting to see if anybody could help with that. Anyways. Yeah, so I feel like Telvanni would be most likely the best fit for Senor Lirreno here. Because what time did I sleep till? Oh, yeah, that's right. I think if the dreams wake you up, yeah, you don't even get a full night of sleep. Let's get back in there. There we go. Alright, should hopefully be a bit nicer outside today. It was a bit foggy earlier. Hey, look at that. Oh yeah, so I feel like House Enderil would be the best fit, but of course they're basically non-existent, and they're not one of the major factions, so it doesn't matter. Same with Dreads. But House Hlalu is backstabbing traders. Redoran is honorable, but they still picked that size, and I feel like Telvanni, I don't know. That's the hard thing, is Telvanni at least, or Redoran at least supported fighting the Empire, but then they gave up the fight. And Telvanni, I don't know, I mean, they seem much more traditional, at least in my mind, a little bit. We'll see as the story unfolds. Right, Caius?
Greetings.
Hello, Caius. Are you here to discuss your orders, Lirreno Randevi, or is there something else you want? Oh yeah, I got information from him. These notes from Hasva and Tobolus, excellent. I trust he didn't work you too hard for them. I'll look them over in more detail later, but now I have some more orders for you. I've glanced at Hasva and Tobolus's notes. They cover the 6th house affirmably, but not the Nerevarine cult. Hop on over to Balmora Mage's Guild, and the right next to the Balmora's Fighters Guild. Get Shrama Gra Mozgob to tell you what she knows about the Nerevarine. She'll have some silly errand for you. Do what she asks and report back to me when she's given you the information. I've been having some dreams. You're worrying me, Lirreno Randevi. You're not going loopy on me, are you? A word of advice in Morrowind: if you have disturbing dreams, the temple says you were crazy, and they want to lock you up. If you have disturbing dreams and think they mean something, then the temple thinks you're a prophet or a witch, and they want to lock you up. So take my advice and keep a lid on it. Awesome. Thank you. Hasvat and Tobolus. Drill Master. Alright, do you have anything more about the 6th house? Trust and inform us as a secret school. Never-ending prophecies. Alright. Let's go back over to the Mage's Guild and talk to the orc. We'll see what she has to say. Yes, also for my voice that I'm going to be doing for the orcs, I'm going to be taking inspiration from SorcererDave, and his interpretation of the orcs is much more Klingon-like. They're just like,
I go war. Rah, rah. Oh, angry grunt. I don't like you.
Which I think fits them well in the lore, at least in Morrowind from what I've seen. That is how they actually act. It's just much more oblivion that humanizes them quite a bit. Not that the orcs aren't, you know, they're not sophisticated members of society, as a word. Oh, the internal social politics of Morrowind. How lovely. Yeah, because, like, let's see if she says anything.
Your actions show promise. What do you want?
Okay, maybe she's not as beast-like as the other ones.
No interruptions. How many times? Oh, you're one of Caius's associates. This is a different matter. Caius and I have very satisfactory agreement, and I'm sure we can come to some sort of agreement if you'll complete a little errand for me.
Alright, what's the errand?
The errand, then, is simple. I need the skull of Luev Andrano from the Andrano Cecil tomb, but take care not to upset the natives. The Dunmer,
yeah, so I saw that skull earlier. The tomb is south of Pelagia, just off the road, just before you reach the fork where the road goes southwest. Okay. You may need an enchanted blade. Some spirits. Okay, so Journeyman Enchanter. Okay, do you have any cool spells? Any better? Dispel. I don't know what Dispel does. I'll buy it just in case. It's good for something. And training. Neat. Barter. No, it's okay. Alright. Goodbye. Cool. So I guess I should have picked up that skull earlier. But, hey, you live and you learn. Let's sell some of these weapons off to the traders in town that I've been picking up. Let's also talk to
So what do you
the
want?
guild master again for that key. I'd like to go check it out again.
Don't stand about.
Don't stand about. Hello. Yes. I want the key. Thank you. I'm gonna check out the dwemer store as well and see if any of these scrolls can be sold to him.
You're on your honor.
'Cause I heard somebody mentioning something about that, or at least I thought I did. Maybe it's somebody else in town that'll take the dwemer
So what do you want?
items, but we'll see. Care about this student thing. Alright. Yeah, so let's... I believe it's this store? No, it's Rodier. Maybe it's up around here. And then we'll head down to the Ancestral Tomb. Blody's Trade House. Dwemer. Delicacies. Dunmer.
There's
No,
someone
this is...
watching
Oh, wait,
me.
no, never
I
mind.
can tell.
I thought there was somebody who was interested in Dunmer items. Or Dwemer items. Oh, well, let's see what she'll take from me. Those. And Sejuma, I'll get rid of that. Spell absorption. Shadow. Keep the rising force in case I can use that. As the offering under Bar Dune or whatever it's called. The falling moon. Raw glass. Sell that. Keep the pearl for now. Marshmallow. Shield of visibility. Alright, goodbye. Somebody said something about the Dwemer items. I could have sworn at least. Anything? No. I can definitely sell them to the pawnbroker. There's plenty of ruins around too, so if I'm unable to find a better place, that's fine. Oh, I'll be able to get more. There's the key. Drummer scroll, drummer scroll, drummer scroll, drummer scroll. Max sale. Yeah, that's what I thought. Outfitter. Hello. Sell anything of interest to you. Can sell Dwemer items. I don't even need the ceramic bowl anymore. Probably not. Torch. Cylinder. Cubes. Anything else I want to get rid of? He's got a muck shovel. Muck. Alright. Now let's get rid of some of these weapons. Whoa. Katana. Fire blade. Steel short sword. Steel spear. And now how much would he give me for this? 327. Maybe I can get up to 400. Yeah. Awesome. And is there anything else that I really desperately wanted to get rid of? Maybe some scrolls or some books.
What's
Hello. Actually appreciate if you could repair some of my stuff. See how to sell any light armor? Any better light armor, that is. Chitin, chitin. Much leather isn't as good. Okay. You are useless to me, little man.
Probably nothing.
You like to walk a
What
fine
about-
line, don't you?
Uh-huh. Fine lines indeed. Alright, let's see if I can sell some of these books. Keep the Pilgrim's Path on Morrowind. Bloodstained Journal. I'll hold on to that for now. Short history. And maybe some scrolls. Alright. And then there were some books that I needed to see if I can see what they were. Do I have any other notes on me? Look for Malfend. Oh, that's useless. Cool. And what's in here? Any more books? Recruits. So they gave me the books there. And this guy told me about some books. Yeah, there's just some books about the Nerevarine. Moonstar. Yeah, Nerevar Moonstar. In the ancient days, the Deep Elves and a great house of Outlanders from the west came to steal the land of the Dunmer. In that time, the Nerevar was the great Khan and war leader of the house people, but he honored the ancient traditions of tribal law and became as one of us. So, when the Nerevar pledged upon his great ring of our ancestors, one clan under Moon and Star, to honor the ways of the spirits and rights of the land, all the tribes joined the house people to fight against a great battle of Red Mountain. Though many Dunmer tribesmen and housemen died at Red Mountain, the dwemer were defeated and their evil magics destroyed, and the Outlander driven from the land. But after this great victory, the power-hungry Khans killed him. Yeah, I got that.
There's someone watching
First
me.
Council.
I can tell.
There is someone
other
watching
ones?
me. I can tell.
I needed to look at. Can't
Is
remember.
there something I can do for you?
Oh, you're okay.
Where's that slave?
Vivek.
Here not long ago.
True nature of orcs. Mysticism. Interfaith. Wild elves. Aedra and Daedra. Hello, Book of Riddles. I don't think there's anything else that I should worry about for now. I'm wearing flask. Alright. So, what did that woman want us to do? She wanted us, or that orc wanted us to go get that skull. Let's head back up to the Dwemer Ruin real quick, and we'll pick up those items. It's like the water walking on. We're gonna check out that locked room. Just real quick. Yeah, we're gonna check out that locked room, and then we're gonna make our way down back towards Plagiat, and we're gonna get that skull back, and then we're gonna go down through Satanine and see if we can see the flying wizard, and then we're gonna come back up, and I think that's what we're gonna do to round out the episode. Whenever I see these Legion forts, it reminds me of the Civil War questline in Skyrim, and I know everybody rags on it, but I really wish it was done better too. It was fairly fun doing those quests and you know, taking over the forts and everything like that. And I know it's engine limitations and everything like that, and that's kind of the interesting caveat to having a good engine. Let's get up here. Or, you know, a stronger engine for graphics and everything like that. All the engine is dedicated towards the beautiful landscapes and the faces of the NPCs and the armors and the weapon models and everything like that. So when it comes to actually, I wonder if there's a little. No, okay. I was like, maybe there's a little room. What if there's a little room under the bridge? There's not. That's the caveat, that when you get those better engines, you would expect, oh, maybe we can get more bigger battles and everything like that, but no, it would just be even more intensive because of the advancement in the graphics. So it'd be way harder for that sort of improvement to happen. Which is like, the interesting about this game is the cities feel so much more, densely packed and alive. I know, at least from what I've seen about Vivek is still really cool when you go in there, but outside of the buildings, I forgot their names, you don't really see anybody around, even though it should be a bustling city, really just because of those graphical limitations. Alright, time to take some fall damage then. Yep, as we do. And it's down this way. So yeah, so I mean, you can have these big battles in these big cities, but they just aren't as alive. Alright, gotta save. Save real quick. That was weird. Centurion Miner. Alright. Die! I hate that their heads are all like bulging. Deep ore. Aha. Get outplayed. Rob any ore. That's illegal. And it's very heavy. I'm not gonna pick it up. I should probably just sell these emeralds and everything back to the Khajiit when I head back to town. Alright, you guys ready for another failed attempt at opening? Oh, okay, never mind. Topaz, more coins. And full health meat going on. Ash slots. Emerald. Yeah, this is some good treasure. I wonder if water walking works on lava, or if there's a lava walking spell you can make. That'd be interesting. Alright, yeah, let's see if I levitate. There's anything interesting down here. I'm not seeing anything. That was fun though. Go back over here then. Yeah, no, I really like the quest lines in dodge. I do like the quest lines in Skyrim. I do like the Thieves Guild, but it definitely feels like a lot of the player creativity was neutered quite a bit. There's not as much free. Does dwarven weapons hurt ghosts? No. Yeah, we gotta get out the silver katana. Yeah, no, I really like the character design of the dwarves. They aren't very short. We should call them Dunmer. Those don't look like dwarves to me. Anything cool over here? Nope. Nice. Get back, foul beast. Alright, we're gonna get the tunnel out. Nice. No ectoplasm for me. Dwarven sphere time. Anything else? Coin. Number coin. Lock chest. Come on. There we go. I was gonna say I unlocked that level 40 chest immediately. If I'm gonna be having a hard time here, it's gonna be frustrating. Dwarven longsword. Nice, that's worth a good amount. Kegs, skeleton. A drowned corpse? How did you drown down here, bud? That must have been terrible. I think this is just the other way. I didn't see. They're coming down. Alright. Let's go down into the deep ore. Maybe I'll find that strange beast. Okay. Let's get some shield spells off. He doesn't even have an animation for hitting you, but that's all good, I guess. Barrier. Let's just sit out here for a second and heal up. I mean, you're already able to see the creativity of the devs come out a bit more in the future games, or, you know, what their ideas really were. Because the Dwarven Centurions in... The Dwarven Centurions? Okay. I guess the spawns are interchangeable. That was not a drone before, that was a scary man. Yeah, and you know, in Skyrim you're actually able to see these crazy big centurions, not just these small guys, little pals, little guys. Yeah, get stun locked. You just bonked. You just fell down and just bonked. I liked that. That made me laugh. Alright, let's get some levitation on real quick. Unless this ghost is coming after me. I suppose I will fight you. Your ectoplasm is worth a lot. And not a lot, but it's worth a good amount. I am really liking these spears. It's typically when I play Skyrim, and I feel like most people always tend to accidentally default onto a they accidentally default into a archer build just because it's so easy and pretty overpowered in that game. Heavy dwemer chest. Armor pauldron. I'll grab it. Sell it to the armorer because he's gonna have money still. Yeah. I think most people always end up defaulting as a stealth archer because it's so overpowered. I mean, no shame on that. I love playing stealth archer. It's actually really fun. I always like playing without a crosshair too. You have to try to hit the shots. It's really fun. Ow. Huh. Let's just get some light healing off real quick. What was I saying just a second ago? Water is very clear down here. I was talking about something. It's like the more I'm thinking about it, the harder it is to remember. Ectoplasm. If there's anything over there. Nothing back here. Another bridge. There's stuff up there, though. Oh, there's a lot of stuff up there. Neat. It feels very nice having the levitation or like jump spells because it feels like you actually are creatively solving a situation. It's not just always linear, even though, of course, I mean, the levels have multiple stories to them, but it gets linear because all you're doing is staying on one flat level. And there's always a route up, and if there isn't a route up, then something's wrong. Come on. Nice. Is there even anything up here? A whole bunch of nutting. See, See, I didn't see. I looked it up and I didn't see anything saying like, oh, you have to rest to use your levels. So I don't know if there's like a different way about leveling up or something. There might be. Put this here on. Oh lord. I thought I casted the spell. Did I not? Where did I save? Oh, okay, I just saved. Oh, I have reflect on for whatever reason. Let's see if there's anything else up here. There's a chest. It's always nice. It's trapped. Let's get the Adusi's open door. There we go. Quick save real quick just in case the trap kills me. Or just paralyze me. Not even. Okay. Dwemer Viper Blade. Nice. That is a good find. Don't care about the bolts. We'll just quick save again real quick. Anything else up here? Spawn spell. What's my willpower at? 32. My health and Magicka definitely have been going up, but I'm just confused exactly how they've been going up, or if there's a way to specifically target them to level up. I don't know. Maybe one of the mods gets rid of the level up system, but I'm not sure. We're just gonna make it. This is totally enough levitate. That's nice. I know there wasn't anything else down here, I don't believe. So let's get on out of here. And see if I can remember what I was saying earlier and also what I said we were going to do. Okay. So I think I'll have enough inventory space. If that skull is 12 pounds, that'll be insane. But I'll still be able to carry it back. So we're going to go down to Plagiat. We're going to pick up that skull. We're going to come back up to Balmora and give it over to the orc. And then possibly, if we have enough time, check on that flying mage. Like I say every episode. Alright, these sounds of these doors is honestly terrifying. Like, who's like, yes, this is a good sound for these doors. And I guess it makes sense. Because I mean, there's Dwemer ruins that have been abandoned for, what, like 300 years now? At least I believe 300 years? Maybe it's been longer than that. Like, of course, they're not going to be oiled anymore or anything, or kept up. They're just going to be loud and obnoxious. Yeah. This ways out is up here. This place is a maze, I'm telling you. It's a maze. There we go. Let's just fly on up out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How long does it last? Oh, 30 seconds. I don't even have to worry about it. I thought it was 15. That's why all those times I was like, do I have enough to make it? Yes, I have enough to make it. I'm not stupid. You stupid as something. That's a weird sound. Hello, cliff racers. Please leave me alone. Nick sound. I have not seen a Nick sound, or I have not at least killed a Nick sound yet. Alright, let's just follow this Koyata. 'Cause if we go around, it's just gonna be obnoxious. Yeah. Also, I've always really liked playing these games without fast traveling, and these games, I mean the Elder Scrolls series, because once you start fast traveling, it just feels like you can't stop. I don't know if anybody else feels that. That's at least how I feel. Oh, come on down. Is he coming down? I can't tell. Have any long distance spells? Magic items. Now I got rid of all the scrolls, didn't I? Okay. Maybe someday he'll come down. Who knows? I really just like traveling on foot in these games. And I know the map is supposedly huge. I mean, especially with the Tamriel Rebuilt, because it's the size of the actual province now, which is insane. Can I see it? Adanamaran. I believe that's the right tomb. Andrano Ancestral Tomb. South of Pelagiad. Okay, so maybe it's a little bit further than that. This man really is taking his time to get down here. Much. Come on, dude. Not that hard. You can do it. Do you need me to come up to you? I can come up to you. It'd be very fun to use levitate and just get on his level. Yeah, that's what I thought. And also, I don't know too, is do we meet Geob again in this game? I guess I'll see and find out, because I'm playing Skyrim and playing Oblivion and liking the Elder Scrolls lore. Of course I know about Saint Geob as he becomes, and yeah, he used to be a skooma dealer, and when he came to Morrowind, he saw a second chance, and he set on a quest to kill all the cliff racers, which, at least from my knowledge, he did. After all this is said and done, he actually kills every single cliff racer there ever was. And in that last battle, yeah, I don't think, yeah, that's a cavern door. That's your Daunt. I'm not seeing it just yet. But yeah, Geob goes on this rampage, and he's at this last battle with this swarm of cliff racers attacking him, and he succeeds, but he's gravely wounded. And then Vivek appears and sees the honor this man has, and his quest that he had to kill all of the cliff racers, and saves him and makes him a saint. And then he moves to Kvatch, right? The city that gets taken over, the first city that goes down. Kvatch! In Oblivion. And the Oblivion gates open, and his soul gets trapped by a Dremora Lord, which is incredibly sad. Because, like, I don't even care if maybe he's a bit older then. I don't remember how long Oblivion takes place after the events of Morrowind, but I know Dark Elves can live upwards of thousands of years. And, so I don't see, Geob doesn't seem that old, so I can't imagine that he was that old then, and unfortunately he gets killed. And I feel like he probably should have been able to fight back. I mean, he fought cliff racers for his entire life, because I mean, cliff racers in this game, they're not that bad, they're just really annoying, but in the lore, they're pretty bad. And so, I mean, if Geob was able to kill off the entire species by himself, I would imagine that he would have been able to do, he would have been able to fight off a Dremora Lord. Yeah, then you meet him again in Skyrim. He tells you his story, and he was writing chronicles of his adventures when he got killed, and you have to find all the pages and be able to publish it. And presumably, the Dragonborn publishes these pages, which is awesome. Lets the world know how awesome Geob was. And he talks about making another one. Making another... What's the word? Yeah, so how much? This guy has 49 disposition of me, because I think there's an armorer right back here who might like taking my stuff better. There's a smith. There's a lot of smiths here. Repair my stuff. And he only takes that type of those type of crafting items. Even though you have plenty of stuff here. Unless I type something wrong. Oh, okay. Whatever. Yeah, so presumably the Dragonborn spreads around the books and was able to get it published, and Jib's history is known again, which is awesome. Yeah, let's the Dwemer longsword. Don't care about the Viper blade. That's pretty cool though. Poison 1 to 10. Nice. The apparel, the pauldron, and consumables. Let's see here, Rising Force, restore intelligence, restore health, restore fatigue, stability, frost shield, Flynn. I'm just gonna sell the Flynn. Other ingredients. I'm gonna keep those to sell to the Khajiit. Back in the Mages Guild. Nice, thank you. And yeah, this is another smith. Oh, there's a alchemist over there too. Hello. He's not going to give me a good price for this, but I don't really care. Alright, so let's look at the notes again about the tomb. Ancestral tomb. The tomb is south of Plagiad, just off the road, just before you reach the fork where the road goes southwest towards Satanin and southeast towards Vec. Alright. So, it shouldn't be too far from here. Let's get in there, get the skull, and then we'll just run straight back up to Balmora and call it an episode. Yeah. I'm really wondering how the what sort of writing efforts is going into the Elder Scrolls 6, because when it comes to Bethesda and them as a company, there it is, and them as a company, I haven't honestly been that happy with them in recent years, and I know it's not entirely Bethesda's fault, it's more their parent company's fault that's been pushing them to do price gouging and stuff like that, but at least from my knowledge, when it came to Fallout 4 and Fallout 76, there was only one, and I'm serious, there was only one lead writer, and there wasn't even really any actual jobs listed as creative writer in the game, which is, like, come on. There needs to be more people putting in their opinions. It can't just be this one guy. And of course, I need to do more research on it, so I'm not just giving false information. Is there a ghost coming after me? Might be. Oh, it's just the music. Down here. I don't remember where it is. This is a big old tomb. Oh. Well, there might be actually some locked chests in here that I can open up now. Unless I had the spell at this point. In here. Ancestors of the Dunmer. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm wondering what the writing will be like in the next Elder Scrolls iteration that comes out. I'm really hoping it. I mean, not that it gets better, but also yes, that it gets better, because although I really like. That was the right skull, right? Adrano. Yep. Even though I really like Skyrim, I loved Fallout 4. I didn't play too much of Fallout 3. I loved Fallout 4. I loved Skyrim. I enjoyed Oblivion. I'm really liking Morrowind so far. It feels like at least recently Bethesda has sort of lost some of its I guess the best way to say it is their nerdy inspirations. Because when playing through the earlier games, you really see a lot of creative solutions put into the game, and you know, thinking for how to win fights and everything like that. And you know, it wasn't necessarily, the games weren't hard, but they weren't easy if you weren't being creative, really thinking by yourself. And then as you get into the modern games, it's like, this is item I need, here, go to this exact place. Oh, it's across the map, it's on literally the other side of the map, but it doesn't matter because you're able to game the system enough, you know, to exploit the game to make it so that you're a god after level 2, which I know you can do in this game, but it's just a bit more difficult. And of course, every game should have their exploits as long as it fits into the lore, because, like, I mean, technically speaking, I know there's an enchanting exploit in this game. If you were able to create potions that better your, and it's the same thing happens in Skyrim, if you're able to make potions that are able to better your enchantments, and then those enchantments can make better potions, theoretically you could get infinitely good potions if you're a good enough enchanter. And if you're a level 100 enchanter, I think you should be able to do that, even if it makes things super easier for you, because that's, I mean, that's your commitment to the game, is that sort of leveling, which I'm perfectly okay with. I just feel like, at least in the modern games, there's no real struggle or creative thought, and I found myself falling into these pits, which might just be on my own capabilities, right? I hate to rag on Bethesda or the games too hard. It might just be my own fault and my own problem solution skills. But in the newer games, when I play them a lot and then I go into other games that require a bit more critical thinking skills for puzzles or for solutions to quests and everything like that, when they don't have map markers pointing exactly to where you go, I find myself getting stuck very easily. And I feel like I've seen it a lot in other media forms too, whether it's other YouTubers or anything like that. Not anybody in specific, but just over time you sort of see these trends lining up, and I feel like a fault of it is the sort of downward trend of difficulty for mainstream audiences when it comes to video games. Which, again, it's the video games companies. If a game wants to make a hard game, they will. Like, I play a lot of Escape from Tarkov here and there, and that game's hard. And I get nervous because I see a lot of people complaining about, oh, this game's stupid because it's hard, or, you know, that's not realistic in the way that I would like it to be realistic, or, you know, this isn't how I'd want it to be, so I'm going to stop playing because it should be easier. It just seems grindy. And it's like, you want to see a grindy game, look at Fallout 76. I played that game in beta testing, and I got 100 hours in. I was probably one of the first level 100s in the entire game. I played the heck out of it when it first came out during the beta. And as I've seen the years progress, I've stopped playing it because at a level 100, which I feel like should be pretty substantial, I can't even do any of the new DLCs, at least, without having exactly, you know, exact items that are specific and exact enchants on them that you get from farming the Wendigo, or whatever the boss was called, the go ahead on it. You have to get that specific gun, you know, a million times in order to have the exact legendary effects that allow you to go to the next part of the game, and that's not fun. That isn't fun. This game, I mean, that Viper Sword that I just got, that Dwarven Viper Sword, that would have been really good for a dagger character, I feel like. At this point in the game, if they get Levitate and they see this high ledge and they go up there, I think, heck yes, they should be able to get a better piece of armor out of that. It shouldn't just be a leveled piece of loot. It should be placed in the world that has certain stats, and that's the thing that I really like about Morrowind. Versus the other games is at level 1, if you know where to go, and you know how to avoid the traps, you can get Daedric weapons at level 1. Which I think is perfectly fair. Oh, that's right, the city's locked. I have to find an ulterior entrance. It's definitely not like jumping over the wall. Let's go up here. But yeah, so I know there's a lot of indie studios that are doing better on that trend, and just people being creative by themselves, which is really good to see, and it makes me really happy. I just love the universe of the Elder Scrolls, and I hope that the writers and the, you know, it's not even the writers' fault, it's more just the studio and how they're pumping out their information. I just hope that they could put out some more entertaining material. that comes from their hearts and comes from their creativity. Anyways, I got the scroll. Yep, very good. I'll just take that scroll from you. Perfect for what I have in mind. Thank you. Now, as promised, I'll answer any questions on the Nerevarine cult. Go ahead. The Ashlanders cult believes that the long-dead hero Nerevar will be reborn to honor ancient promises to the tribes. According to the legends, the prophesized Nerevarine will cast down the false gods of the Tribunal Temple, restore the traditional ancestor worship practiced by the Ashlanders, and drive all Outlanders from Morrowind. Both Temple and Empire outlaw the cult, but its persistence among the Ashlanders, who care little for Imperial or Temple law. Here, take this copy of my notes on the topic to give to Caius. Alright, what about the Nerevar? Nerevar is the first age hero of the Dunmer people. He was a great general and leader. He helped form the first council and united the Dunmer houses against foreign invaders, aided by the traitors of the House Dagoth. He triumphed over the Morrowind enemies at Red Mountain, but died in the battle. Nerevarine. The Ashlanders have a prophecy. The legendary hero Nerevar will be reborn. They call this reincarnation hero Nerevarine. Oh, what's this about necromancy? In the Empire, necromancy is a legitimate discipline, though body and spirit are protected property, and may not be used without permission of the owner. But in Morrowind, the Dunmer loathe necromancers and put them to death. That's absurd, of course, since Dunmer summon their own dead to guard tombs and defend their families. Sacred necromancy is righteous, while philosophical necromancy is evil. It's primitive superstition, that's all. I think you're bigoted, you fucking orc. Anyways. I got some emeralds for you. Emeralds. I don't think I even have to price gouge them. Wait. They're worth 75 each. Hey, buddy. I think you should be giving me a little bit better prices for these. I saw you were giving me better prices earlier. What's up? Ectoplasm. Crab meat. Purple brute. I'm just gonna get rid of a lot of stuff that I really don't need. And oh, I want these to be able to put into a house if I ever get one. Palma cuddle. Hold on to the muck just in case. Nicer plumes. Skull. Resin. Trauma root. Wheat muffins. You should definitely be giving me like 470 for that. 440 for that. Crazy. Okay. Anyways, we still need the ceramic bowl. I'll get him the ceramic bowl. Give him another one. Pretty sure there was a ceramic bowl upstairs. Let's see if this is wrongdoing. If I take this ceramic bowl. That's redware. That's ceramic. And we're just gonna see if you can take this ceramic bowl, and then I think we'll head out. Ceramic bowl. Yes, there you go. Very good bowl. There's enough mixing bowls. Anything else you need me to do? What would I? Lanther, Nikomaya, Local Brews, Heather, Phyautomamea, Flowers, Fake Soul Gem. What about the Mage's Guild? Cool. Oh, that's good.
I see you.
Let me just see if there's anything about ranking up just because of that ceramic bowl. I really doubt it. But who knows? Yeah, let's see about garments. Okay. Whatever. Alright, so I believe for the next episode, we're gonna bring this information over to Caius. And then we're gonna check out the Flying Sorcerer. Finally, we're gonna do it. I promise. We're gonna see if there's anything over there, even though it's probably just a gag or something short. But we're gonna check it out and see if there's any tunnels or anything in the Foyat of Mamea going down towards Satanine. Anyways, really thank you folks again for watching. It's been great, as always. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.